I'm not a racist, preach to teach the art. You still they never had this. Number one, them wanna run about the gun. I wasn't licensed to have one. The minute they see me, fear me. I'm the epitome, a public enemy. Use, abuse, without clues. I refuse to blow fuse. They even had it on the news. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Back when I wrote y'all, yes.
Yeah, Soul Bossa Nova. Some of you know it as the Austin Powers theme. Yeah, baby. But no. It's Quincy Jones all day long. That man, illustrious, made transition, daddy of Kadada and Rashida, who people don't know is black, but she is. Dr. Stories is here. In your travels, did you ever cross paths with the likes? Because I know you do the gospel thing. You and them.
Well, I did.
Streets.
I worked for Jesse Jackson from 1973 to 1976. And during that time, we used to have something called Operation Push Expo, where all the big artists would come and do free concerts to raise money for Push. And Quincy Jones was a strong supporter of Push, strong supporter of Jesse Jackson, strong supporter of Mrs. King and civil rights. And Quincy would come around on a regular basis, and he'd help us get artists. He helped us get the Jacksons before Michael went off on his own. So I interacted with him and his circle of influence, and he was just a genius and a nice person, just a nice guy.
Well, we did one of a reading from an excerpt from his book, which was hilarious. We're going to say that for one of the best ofs for the holidays. It was hilarious, but and he apparently didn't give too many Fs, like he said did whatever.
Right.
Yes, to your point, Quincy
Right.
Jones. As you were talking, I was like, yep.
1970. Well, I was a freshman at Rutgers, and that's when the album Gula Matari came out. And Gula Matari was, I almost wore it out, with those wax albums. I played that thing night and day in my dorm room. Gula Matari.
Gula Matari.
Yes,
Hold on.
ma'am. That's a Quincy.
Is it the little bit of Razzmatazz? What's on there? What song was on there that we would know?
I think Bridge Over Troubled Water was on that one.
And that's Quincy Jones?
Yeah, he recorded it in New Jersey.
What? Okay,
Inglewood,
I'm
New
getting
Jersey.
now you got me. I got it. Gula Matari. And you know what's also cool?
A-R-I. Yeah.
People don't realize Quincy Jones, and this is missing as well. We're seeing more artists get involved and showing up to do speeches and things. But the Mahalia Jacksons funding the civil rights movement. The Nina Simone's. I was just listening to Ras Baraka's book, and Nina Simone would just be in their house. He said, "Who's this crazy lady playing the piano early in the morning, waking us up?" But she was also deeply entrenched. Gwendolyn Brooks, entrenched and paying. We know Harry Belafonte, but Quincy Jones helped start Vibe magazine.
That's right.
In addition to doing things like I didn't even know he was doing that with you.
Yeah, it was not a public appearance in those days. It was a lifestyle. These artists had a lifestyle committed to a cause, and they understood who they were. They understood the influence that they could have. I mean, not all of them, of course, but proportionately, many of the so-called superstars from that day were accessible to the movement and the causes. They did things most people will never know about.
Someone said, actually I was listening to a book because I've been listening to a lot of books on my walks, and they were like, I grew up with Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Right.
To be young, gifted, and black.
Right.
And that's a fact. The music, the soundtrack of my childhood, Earth, Wind, and Fire, all of that, the emotions. You were imbued through the music because we know about the beats and the song carrying messages that penetrate your soul.
Right.
Young people grew up. I remember Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, and feeling proud.
Exactly.
The message inspired.
Because we were Negroes before it became popular. Of course, the Nation of Islam had the most impact on converting us from calling ourselves Negroes and colored to call ourselves Black. But it was supported by the artistry and the artists. I mean, even Dr. King, if you read Dr. King's last book, Where We Go From Here, which I'm sure you've read, he talks about us as being Black. But in his previous book, he talked about us as being Negroes. So even Dr. King was influenced by the Nation of Islam and the culture as it was shifting. And then, of course, James Brown picked up on it, and Nina Simone picked up on it. And we became Black in large measure because we were ushered into Blackness by the culture. Just like vulgarity has ushered in a new season of disrespect for ourselves, disrespect for women. And I don't think enough artists understand the impact they have on culture and then what that impact turns into.
I think the culture doesn't impact there's an African proverb, and we need to start putting names to these African proverbs the way they give us Socrates and Plato.
Right.
I'm saying something right now. Throw some African names into the future. Who will know?
Right.
I don't know that Socrates and Plato said all of these things. You can't prove it. We know that Shakespeare might not even been a person. Like, let's stop being pristine and following these rules. Let's throw some people into the future. But anyway, a child that is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth is credited. We should make it like King Akbar said that, or Queen Nzinga said that. It's like throw a name on it and put it into the future. But when you think about the music that we are fielding, it is a direct result of the lack of accountability, of leadership, of demand for more. So this generation that they are producing, they are showing what is actually happening, and it's up to us to change the paradigm and shift it.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in. Just what I